Caitlin Clark isn't in Paris, that's no surprise. However, what is surprising is that right before USA started its title defense, the selection committee has come out and admitted they were in fact wrong for not taking Clark to Paris. Have they made a huge mistake by not taking the W's best player of the moment to the Olympics? Staley admits that Caitlin Clark would be a strong candidate for Team USA's Olympic team if decisions were made today. Staley, South Carolina women's basketball coach and member of the Team USA women's basketball selection committee, said that Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark would have received significant consideration for the 2024 Paris Olympics squad if choices had been announced today. Staley's comments come on the eve of Team USA's opening game against Japan on Monday, fueling the continuing discussion about Clark's absence. If we had to do it all over again, the way that she's playing, she would be in really high consideration of making the team because she is playing head and shoulders above a lot of people. Staley stated this in an interview with NBC's Mike Tirico. As a committee member, you're charged with putting together the best team of players, the best talent. Caitlin is just a rookie in the WNBA and wasn't playing bad, but wasn't playing like she's playing now. Clark's absence from the roster, which was revealed in June, prompted outrage, with some considering the decision a snub since her play improved drastically in the first half of her rookie season. Clark initially showed promise, but he battled with turnovers and shooting accuracy, averaging 5.4 turnovers per game and 33% from 3 points. Her form, however, has since peaked, with her leading the league in assists and a game-high 10 assists in the WNBA All-Star Game. She's shooting the ball extremely well, she's an elite passer, she's just got a great basketball IQ, and she's a little more seasoned in the pro game than she was 2 months ago, Staley said. In contrast to Staley's words, U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee CEO Sarah Hland supported the decision-making process. Hland showed trust in the committee's competence during a recent discussion on the Bloomberg Business of Sports podcast. The WNBA has sent some of its greatest performers to represent the United States in the 2024 Paris Olympics. However, they had a restricted number of roster places and were unable to send everyone. Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever rookie, was one of the players that fell short to make the Team USA roster. Many WNBA supporters were outraged by the decision, which was strongly supported by Team USA officials. However, not everyone agrees that Clark should have been granted to join Team USA. Sarah Hland, CEO of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Committee, was recently asked about the Clark decision during a Bloomberg Business of Sports podcast interview. Hland rallied support for Team USA's actions. When you look at the whole thing in totality, I would say USA Basketball has had a very disciplined process with people who know more about the sport of women's basketball than anyone else in the world, Hland told the audience, and I trust that they know exactly what they're doing. Clark is a popular choice among WNBA fans for a variety of reasons. One major motive is to raise Team USA's popularity, taking use of Clark's abilities to boost ratings for the team's benefit. This would have happened even if Clark had played a minor role and merely spent a few minutes on the floor. However, we all know that even in those limited minutes she would have made a big impact. Hland and Team USA, on the other hand, feel confident in their approach. It is sensible to avoid stepping on anyone's toes by allowing Clark to jump the line or receive preferential treatment. At least that is how they see it. But is it really like that? I mean, she is top 3 of the league right now and is leading in multiple stats. Surely she has proven her worth by now, just like Staley has said. Fortunately for WNBA fans, Clark is only 22 years old. We'll have lots of opportunities to see her participate in the Olympics during her lifetime. Luckily, WNBA fans are still enthusiastic about Caitlin Clark because she is enjoying one of the finest rookie seasons we've ever seen. Caitlin Clark has shattered 8 WNBA rookie records in just 26 games. It is reasonable to anticipate her to break a few more once the WNBA returns from its Olympic break. Some of these records are not just set by rookies. Clark established a new WNBA single-game assist record, 19, against the Dallas Wings in the Fever's last game before the All-Star weekend. This record includes all WNBA players, not just rookies. She's that good. Clark has also set the WNBA rookie record for the most points and assist double-doubles in a season, with 5. Among all WNBA players, she is second only to Courtney Vandersloot with 6. She has also set certain records that you do not want to break. Clark's playing style allows for the occasional turnover, which she has turned into a record. Clark has already shattered the WNBA's single-season turnover mark. That is not to say Clark is a lousy passer. In fact, just the opposite. During an interview, Hall of Famer Rebecca Lobo labeled Clark to be the best passer in the league. We can't wait to see Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever return following the WNBA's Olympic hiatus. Despite the controversy, supporters regarded Clark could have been a valuable addition to Team USA, not just because of her on-court ability, but also because of her potential to increase team popularity and spectators. Some think that including Clark, even in a limited capacity, would have improved the squad. The decision not only left fans enraged, as multiple analysts and sports director were also taken aback by the decision. The decision left Dave Portnoy outraged and shocked. He was visibly angry at Team USA's stupid decision-makers after Caitlin Clark was left off the women's basketball squad for the Olympics. Despite her record-breaking collegiate success at Iowa and an amazing start to her WNBA career with the Indiana Fever, Clark is not in Paris with Team USA for this summer's Olympics. The 22-year-old is bringing attention to women's basketball like never before, with her highly anticipated debut smashing ESPN audience records. Nonetheless, there is no space for her on the USA Olympic squad, which has enraged Portnoy. The Barstool Sports CEO claimed in an intense video outburst on X, "This is about Caitlin Clark being left off the Olympic team. How dumb are these women? I don't know who's making the decision, Women's Olympic Committee or whatever it is. I don't care if you don't think Caitlin Clark talent-wise belongs on this team, even though she does put up 37 at 13. The most points in the history of the league for a rookie. None of it matters. These women, and I love women, I'm a pro-women guy, they complain, they cry about equal rights, equal wages, blah blah blah. Hey dummies, for the first time in the history of basketball, you have arguably the player who is the most popular player in the world. You can argue that Caitlin Clark is the most popular, most puts asses in the seats, single basketball player in the world. You can argue that. And you leave her off the Olympics team? It's not only a showcase for her, it's for the sport and the other WNBA players that are on this team. How dumb, how brain dead, how idiotic do the people running this thing have to be? It's one thing after another with her." Portnoy then appeared to take aim at WNBA chiefs by saying, "The business part of my brain is like, these people, and maybe it's a guy, whoever it is, I don't ever want to hear you complain about flying commercial, or not getting salaries, or this and that. You're too dumb. You're too dumb. You have a cash cow. The Olympic women's basketball could be the #1 thing people watch with Caitlin Clark. As it is, I would rather watch grass grow. I'd rather watch paint dry. I'd rather watch dirt be moved around, because Caitlin Clark's not on the team. You people, whoever did this, take your brain, put it in a museum, and study it for how dumb you are." Clark was one of 14 players called up to Team USA's training camp in April, but she was unable to go since it coincided with Iowa's NCAA title run. While in Iowa, she became NCAA Division I basketball's all-time top scorer. She also rose to become one of the biggest figures in American athletics. And after finishing up in the NCAA division, she has torn up the WNBA in recent months. However, head coach Cheryl Reeve is said to have prioritized experience in her squad selection as Team USA prepares to defend their gold medal in Paris. Are you going to watch Team USA during this year's Olympics, even though Caitlin Clark is missing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.